Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, what we have for you guys today is a video on a what if Ben Simmons build. And this is what if Ben Simmons had developed his jump shot when he came to the league. Now, obviously, a lot of these stats are going to be a little awkward because some people are going to be like, hey, yo, why is this stat like this and not like this, or, so on and so forth. But just keep in mind that this is based around his rookie version. Now, I went into the Steph Curry era and I went into the Philadelphia 76ers roster in that era, so the 2016 season pretty much. And then I went to Ben Simmons stats and I've written everything down, including his height, his weight, and his wingspan that's listed on there as well. So we have, the same body stature listed here as well, 6'10", 225, 7-foot wingspan. And then we also got, a lot of the stats as close as possible, while also giving us the ability to give him a shot rating that is also pretty good. And then I had to go, into the depths a little bit as well to make sure that I was, I felt like where I was on the right path, where it was, pretty much realistic for somebody like Ben Simmons coming in as like a rookie, and what he could have possibly been if he just focused on his jump shot as well. So a lot of this has, some really, really great stuff. And I know that Ben Simmons is technically like a point guard power forward, so we just made him a power forward since we can't make 6'10" point guards. So that's just what we went with here. And we're going to talk about all the stats here. Starting obviously off at the top, as per usual, we have a 77 close shot, an 85 driving layup, an 87 driving dunk, and then we also got a 72 standing dunk and a 79 post control. Now, why is all of our stats like this? And I know some people are going to be like, oh yeah, like this stat should be this and that stat should be that. But in reality, for this version, obviously don't take all my builds to heart and think that this is the only way to make these builds. Use these as templates, man. Obviously, it's like, if you like the idea or the concept of a build, use it as a template. I've had some people in my comments saying, hey, I've used this as a template and I changed some stuff up a bit to make it, fit my play style. And it's absolutely fire. So it's like, even if this doesn't, necessarily fit your play style, but, some build that you see me make is like, oh, damn, this is really, really good right here. So if you guys actually, like the concept, you can use as a template, mess around with the stats, try and get like a really cool name that you guys possibly could want to see. And then, like when you're done messing with the stats and everything, then, you can find your build. But in reality, this is pretty good right here that I have, because we're trying to make Ben Simmons as close as possible, man. We're trying to make Ben Simmons as close as possible. Now, the only difference is here, for these finishing stats, obviously, is just the fact that, we are pretty damn close. We're like almost perfect exact when it comes to the stats. The only difference is that I have one higher attribute in driving layup than what he has on the roster, which, gives me the 85, which gives us layup mix master to be able to do, some more like Euros and spin layups and all kinds of jazz there. Now we have an 87 driving layup instead of an 85, because the 87 is what gives us that silver posterizer, and also is able to give us those pro contact dunk animations off 2 feet. So that first pro contact dunk animation package that you get, you're able to get it with this. And then the 72, the 72 standing dunk is significantly, I was going to say significantly, it's not that lower. It's only 3 points lower than the 75, but it's still high enough for us to get rise up, which is the only reason why I decided to go with it. Just so we can get that rise up badge going, just so we can actually get those, those standing dunk animations underneath the basket if we need to. And the 79 post control, though, is exactly what he has on the roster version, on his rookie version. So with that being said, though, with all these, attributes here, we do have paint prodigy on bronze, silver float game and hook specialist. And then we also have physical finisher on silver, layup mix master on silver. We also have gold aerial wizard, and that's also due to us having the 87 driving layup, which does give us silver posterizer. We have gold aerial wizard as well, as I mentioned. The bronze rise up, as I say, gold aerial wizard as well. And then the 79 post control gives us the ability to have post fade phenom on gold, silver post powerhouse, silver post up poet. We have bronze unpluckable, and then we also have silver hook specialist. So there you have it. Now, when it comes to the actual shooting, though, as you can see, we have a significant boost in our shooting ratings here with this build. Now, let's talk about it. We have an 87 mid-range, which is good enough to get you shifty shooter. And then we also have a 3-point rating of only a 73. Now, my only thought process behind this is the fact that on the roster version, on his rookie version, he only has a 56 mid-range and 3-point rating with only a 67 free throw. Free throws, whatever. I increased it, you know, to like a 76 or 77 at one point. And then in reality, like obviously I had to add more on at the end, just like the leftover points, the scraps. So that's whatever. I don't really talk about the free throw because of that reason as well. Just realized that my gain was kind of turned up on my mic. So if I was super loud there at the beginning, I apologize. But yeah, just in general, though, we got to talk about the 3-point rating in the mid-range and the reason why I have these stats like this. I felt like the 73 would have been really, really good just because I feel like he still wouldn't, like, even when he developed a shot, I still feel like he wouldn't have been that guy to still shoot consistently. Obviously, with this rating, he's going to shoot more consistently than he would have been IRL once he does develop a jump shot. But the 87 rating, I feel like would have been really, really good because he's already like an interior focused player. So I felt like with his playmaking ability being, you know, how tall that he is, with his ball handle ability, with his speed, he can be a little shifty with it and then, you know, get some mid ranges up, or even utilize that little post control that he does have and get some really, really good post fades going as well, you know, just to, you know, have that upper developed just so he can actually hit those post fades. And that's what's really, really good about this is the fact that not only do we have shifty shooter on silver because of the 87 rating, but we also have silver set shot specialist, we have silver deadeye, and then we have the gold post fade phenom. So we have these, you know, 4 badges here that are really, really good in general, which is also going to help us on the 3-point line as well. So as we can see, the only badge that we do not have is limitless range, which you need an 83 3-point rating. And I don't feel like he would have had up to like an 83. So I just felt like, you know, just making it a 73, it's a little on the lower end of, you know, of the shooting, but you can even shoot consistently with like a 50 or a 60 this year. As long as you have a good jump shot with rhythm shooting, yeah, you can shoot with like a 39. I was greening like multiple threes in a row back to back, you know, in the Mycareer on rec settings too. It was like rec settings or something like that. And I was shooting with like a 39 3-point rating on my Magic build because I didn't upgrade my 3-pointer yet. That's like one of the last things I plan on doing because I'm focusing more on like defense and playmaking and, you know, post control and doing all that stuff as well. But for the most part, though, you can shoot with like a 73 3-point rating. So that's why I just made it that, is because I felt like he was focused more on the mid-range than he would on the 3-point shot, but, you know, still have that ability to knock it down if he has to be wide open on the 3 in the corner, whatever. And then when he does get it wide open, he can knock it down, you know, obviously not consistently to where he's going to be able to hit, you know, like the wings or the top of the key consistently. But obviously if he's in that corner, bang, you give it to him. That's a green bean. Then obviously, like I said, the mid-range is pretty good to where he could be shifty. He can get those mid-range shots up and be able to be really, really good at, you know, the mid-range shot instead of just being only driving. So then at least he can develop a little bit of like a post fade and, you know, like get some really shifty moves going into mid-range. So let's talk about the playmaking, though. The playmaking, we have an 89 pass accuracy. We have a 78 ball handle and a 68 speed with ball. Now, I'm just going to say this right now. Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons on his rookie version has a 74 pass accuracy, has a 78 ball handle, which is perfect for what we have right here because it's maxed out. And then he's got an 82 speed with ball. Now, obviously, the 82 speed with ball is not going to happen. But what we did do is go up to a 68 so we can at least get that light launch. And then the 78, like I said, is absolutely perfect. So we're able to get, you know, unpluckable on bronze, ankle assassin on bronze, handles for days on bronze, and then we have gold strong handle. Now, if we were able to get our strength up, really, really high, like, if we were able to get up to the 84 strength, we would be able to get strong handle on Hall of Fame, with this, just because we just barely surpassed the Hall of Fame threshold for, strong handle with our ball handling being a 78 when it only needs a 77. But we went with a 78 because that's what Ben Simmons has on his rookie version. And then the 89 pass accuracy, man, I felt like the 74 was just too low. It was literally too low. So you know what I did? Well, I gave him an 89 because that's what Ben Simmons is. Ben Simmons is pretty much like that point power forward kind of player. Obviously, he plays the point guard as well as the power forward. So should be really, really good at just passing the ball as well. So I gave him an 89, which is that threshold for versatile visionary on silver. We also had bailout on bronze. We have break starter on gold. And then we also have dimer on gold as well. So pretty good stats here and some pretty decent badges. Now for the defensive end, though, we have a 74 interior. We have an 82 perimeter. We have a 72 or 73 steal rating, a 68 block. And the reason why we have these stats is because, well, that's practically pretty damn close to what he has on the roster version. Let's talk about it. But the only difference is that we have a 74 instead of a 73. So we can get that post lockdown badge on bronze, so we're not completely useless. And then on perimeter, we have an 82 instead of an 83 because 83 doesn't really give us anything. As you can see, doesn't really give us anything besides pick dodger, but we cannot get to the 75 agility to get it on silver. So there's no point in having that 83. And also this is maxed out anyway. So yeah, there you have it. It's maxed out anyway. What do you want me to do? 82 perimeter, maxed out completely, but it's still a perfect threshold because like I mentioned, we can't get the silver pick dodger. So that's pretty good for me, I guess. The 73 steal rating instead of the 72 that he has, just because that's what gives us interceptor on silver, be able to play those passing lanes a little bit more because we are taller, we're lankier. Might as well just be able to get into those passing lanes a little bit easier with the silver interceptor. Then a 68 block rating. This is the biggest jump in, attributes that we gave him besides shooting, which is obviously, a 51 block rating to a 68. And the reason why that is, the reason why we gave him a 68 block rating is because he's a power forward. He's taller. And then also we had the attributes to utilize. So we gave him a 68 block rating, so he gets that high flying denier, just in case he has to chase somebody down that gets around him or gets around somebody else. Or maybe there's a fast break going on. He can try to sprint down the court as fast as possible. And even though it's only bronze, he should still be able to at least get some blocks off of the chase downs. Because it says, raises the chances of getting a block when moving at a high speed. And really, the only time you're going to be at high speed when trying to, get like a block is literally on the chase down. That's what high flying denier really is chase down artist just revamped a little bit and changed up. So it's, specifically says getting a block while moving at a high speed. Now for rebounding, though, we do have a 56 offensive rebound and an 80 defensive rebound. Now, let's talk about this in particular. He has an 82 defensive rebound, which doesn't really give you anything here because you would need an 83 rebound rating. Now, if you really wanted to get rid of, the extra block rating and all that stuff, or if you really wanted to just mess around with the stats a bit, you can try to give him the 83 just so you can get pogo stick. That would be pretty damn good. But for the most part, you wouldn't, like if you were able to increase the strength to like an 84, as well as we talked about before with strong handle, and then you can also get box out beast if you can get this to an 85, that would be pretty fucking fire, because then he would be like a really, really strong rebounder and a really, really strong ball handler, as well as like having like the shooting and all that. I feel like you would have to give up some things like potentially the block rating, just bring the block rating back down. You'd have to get rid of maybe a little bit the driving layup, so on and so forth. There's probably like a lot that you would have to give up, but for the most part, obviously, that's not the case here. But we do have the 80 defensive rebound, which does give out box out beast on silver, pogo stick on bronze, and then rebound chaser on silver as well. Now for our physicals, we do have a 76 speed and a 71 agility, even though he's got a 93 speed and 87 agility. That's not gonna fucking happen. So we increased our speed as much as we could while also being able to get the 71 agility. So the 71 agility does give us pick dodger. That's the only reason why it's this high and not, you know, like any higher or any lower. And then we have a 79 strength, which is exactly what he has on the roster version. But this gives us, you know, box out beast. We have brick wall on bronze. We have physical finisher, post powerhouse. We have a movable enforcer on bronze as well, post lockdown, and then also, like I mentioned, the gold strong handle badge as well. So we got some pretty decent badges here. If only we're able to get a little bit of an increase just to get, you know, some of these other badges, you know, upgraded as well. Possibly a movable enforcer would be pretty damn good to make us a even better defender. Brick wall on silver would be pretty nice as well. Box out beast on gold just to be insane on the rebounding as well. So there you have that. Then we have the 75 vertical, which in reality he has an 85 on the roster version for the rookie. But we got pogo stick on bronze. We have silver poster, bronze rise up. We have gold aerial wizard, and then bronze high flying denier as well. And then we also have to talk about the fact that this does give us the animations for the contact dunks. So obviously, if you guys did not know, the contact dunk animation requirements are a little bit different this year compared to like the last couple years, where it's like now you need a 99 you know, rating to get all the elite contact dunks. I don't remember, like maybe it was like a 97 or something before, but because of how easy it is to get the contact dunk animations this year, you know, because you're able to get more attributes, I feel like that's the only reason why they brought it up to like a 99 to get all the animations, and then you'd also need a 90 vertical. So you kind of have to be like a pure finisher of some sort in order to get it, because you need the 90 vert as well, which does take up a lot of your attribute potential because of how heavy that this stat is on not just power forwards or guards or anything like that, but on all builds. But with the 87 and the 75, that does give us the pro contact dunks off too. So those dunk animations we should be able to get as well. So anyway, this is the what if Ben Simmons build. And take a look at that. We got LeBron and Giannis in the comparison, bruh. Come on, man. Come on. We got LeBron James, Julius Randle, Giannis Antetokounmpo as the shades of comparison for this what if Ben Simmons had a jumper going into the league. But we have the inside, the arc point 4. I feel like it's a pretty fun build to take a look at and to mess around the stats with. Let me know what you guys come up with when, you know, using this template or whatever, because I feel like there's going to be like a lot of potential around, you know, the power forwards with these kind of builds. If somebody can make like a full-fledged Giannis build, let me know in the comment section down below as well. But yeah, we got LeBron James as the top comparison here. That's kind of insane. It's current LeBron too. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. That's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.